It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday night.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. Happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First run now for Kyron Williams. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Here's Stafford. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw, Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Throwing is Stafford. He'll drop this down to Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another 1st down.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now Stafford. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game, and nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
This is caught, and he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Williams is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it looking at 4th and less than a yard. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game, because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Stafford. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Here's Stafford.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Stafford.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Throwing is Hurts.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
Now 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw.
A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The kick by Elliott is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Ask any pass rusher, and they'll tell you any quarterback who lines up every time and goes straight back in the pocket, that's who they want. But when they have to deal with a Jalen Hurts who may come at them from any angle and can get outside of the pocket and run, that's a nightmare for anybody who has to rush the quarterback. And I love Jalen Hurts' athletic ability. Almost a 4.6 runner. This guy can get outside the pocket and make plays with his legs as well as his arm.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts got him in. It's Brown. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flushed out right. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. Is able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jahan Dotson
From 3 yards out.
And the Eagles will add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, we lasted all the way to the 4th quarter without a touchdown being on the board, but here a key one to extend the lead.
Definitely, and I really doubt, though, that that's going to open the floodgates. What do you think, partner?
No, not the way that we've seen these defenses play.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They've been rock solid, but we had to know that sooner or later, someone had to surrender a touchdown, and it happened right there.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive spans 13 plays.
And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
To throw is Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Stafford. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Stafford. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Now Stafford.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
Stafford looks to throw again.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Stafford. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Well, you don't have to beg the Philly faithful to make noise. On their feet for 3rd down.
Now Stafford.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Now it's Stafford.
Connecting with Kupp here on the out route.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's 1st and goal.
Stafford now to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Second and 11 now.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it. Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game, but, hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win, and in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.